we can start by giving you a question. Have you ever got lost? I think that most of us have ever got lost in somewhere. Well, this is a story of a time I got lost in a desert. It happened 5 years ago, and I was with a couple of friends. It happened in Guajitas Desert, and it all started when I was vacationing on Santa Marta. By the way, we get there by driving our motorcycles. So we thought that it was a good idea to go to Cabo de la Vela since it was nearer than going from Bogota to there. And well, we started travel, and it's supposed to be a travel of 5 to 6 hours. Um, by the road, we stopped to eat, and we found that some locals told us that it was a really good idea to pay for a guide. But we thought that it was just an attempt to sell us something or a service, so we didn't pay enough attention to it. So the travel continued, and we get to Rivia, which was the last town before Cabo de la Vela. And we find out that it was a really small town, what we know as Rancheria. It has just a couple of houses, no hotels, nowhere to sleep, and by that time it was like 5 p.m. We thought that it was a good idea to take advantage of the sunlight. It was 1 hour sunlight and maybe a 1 or 2 hours travel to get to our destiny. So we started travel. But here's when the travel started, and after 3 kilometers, we find out that the right way becomes a rocky way and very narrow, and sunlight was getting, how do you say that? It was reducing, and we had our phones without battery at that time. So after 1 hour of driving around the narrow road, we get to an intersection, and we think that it was a good idea to go in the same direction as Google Maps showed us a route that was like a straight line. But it was the worst decision we could take because after 2 hours we didn't get anywhere. There were no sunlight, it was like 8 p.m. and whatever we can see was just sand. As a matter of fact, we were in the middle of the desert, and I would like you, we were really scared. You know, we stopped there, we get to another intersection, and we decided that it was a good idea to stop there and wait for someone to help us. 1 hour passed, then 2 hours, and no one appeared. Well, it happened like half of an hour more, and we saw the light. We saw the light of a car. We were really heavy at that time, but we do some signals, but they didn't stop. So we started driving crazy because we were in the middle of the desert and no one wants to help us. What was funny is that after a couple of minutes, a man appeared, and he was a drunk man driving a donkey. Weird situation. He told us that, as a matter of fact, we were really near to Cabo de la Vela. It was 20 minutes to get there. We take the road that he showed us, and yeah, it was real. We were 50 minutes away from Cabo de la Vela. So the moral here is that it don't matter how dark the panorama should look like, you should just take a break and calm down, and well, you can also pay attention to local recommendations when you travel. That's it.